vavakare tete vakaenda kare upenyu hwavo waiva mutserendende mararamiro wavo waiva mutserendende manje wangu wanasi ukwire gomo mararamiro wanasi ukwire gomo ende ngukwire gomo uboderera muzukuru unzi ngukwire gomo uboderera wite madiro madiro
Wite Madiro. You can just hire me as one of your BBs. I'm sure that'll work.
Yes, you would. What about my sister?
Anyway, the things you do for yourself are gone when you're gone, but the things you do for others remain as your legacy. Yes, legacy is what remains after you're gone, and a good legacy is determined by how you'd have impacted the lives of others for the better. And these words are so true of the late Dr. Oliver Mtukudzi, who was born on the 22nd of September and whose birthday we commemorate with his family today. Now, we would have loved to have Tuku's family here with us as we commemorate the legend's birthday, but we were advised that they were busy with other arrangements, especially considering how big of a day today is to them and the rest of Zimbabwe. But joining us on the program today, we have two young men who were mentored by Oliver Mtukudzi and were trying to walk in his footsteps. We have Mbeu and we have Sarungano, and we also have a man who worked with Dr. Tuku for a very long time as his manager, Sam Mataure. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
How are you guys doing?
You're fine.
Do you agree that I can be a BV? Just judging from the very short time that I sang? What does that mean? Okay, now starting off with you, Mbeu and Sarungano, you worked with Dr. Mtukudzi for a very long time at Pakarepaye. How was the experience?
Yeah, the experience was amazing. I would say it's an honor for me that I got the opportunity to be mentored and nurtured by a legend. You know, as you know, Pakarepaye is at Norton, so for us, Kunoton, it was even more as a blessing, even for Zimbabwe, because it's an art center whereby you come and you learn, kickstart a career. So I would say it was a blessing.
Sarungan, how was it, and how did it start, and how was the experience?
Well, I would say it had ups and downs. The ups were the times that we had, in terms of the shows. There was all that fanfare.
Yeah.
Everything was there. And then, the part that you would feel down about, but then later appreciate is the work ethic that he would try to put into you. Because he was a hard worker.
Okay.
He was a hard worker. So he would want to instill the same amount of discipline, the same amount of, courage, because you have to believe in that dream.
Yeah.
So it had ups and downs. It wasn't, an easy road at some points, but then, with time, we got used to that work ethic, and everything became well and fine.
Interesting. Now, coming to you, Sam, you managed Tuku, as he was affectionately known by his fans, for a very long time. How was it managing such a big name?
It was a huge responsibility, because already by the time I started working with him, he was a big name.
Okay.
So there was lots of pressures, but then he helped me through. So it became much easier for me, because I was working with somebody that I liked, someone that I grew up believing in. So it was much easier in that way. Okay. But there's still a lot of pressure in handling his affairs. But then I had a lot of support around me. The record label in South Africa, Share Sound.
Okay.
A very good lawyer in South Africa, Graham Gilfilin. My support team here at Pakarepaye, and my friends and family. So I was surrounded by love. People who also loved Tuku. So it became much easier for me to work because of a team that I worked with. Yeah.
All right. So what kind of a man was he? Was he soft-spoken? Was he tough? How was he? How can you describe him?
Well, I would say, yeah, he was soft-spoken. Munhu utai koshesa especially, you know, we being nurtured by Namdara Tuku, it was not all about music. You know, he would emphasize the way we handle ourselves, the way we handle our careers, my relationships. So I would say that's one of the biggest lessons I learned. Speaking for myself, I don't know Vango, but it was about Nyenze Hunu.
All right, Sarungan. Mbeu says inyaya ze hunu ndozwa inyanyo khona ndozwa inyanyo dzidza. Iwewe, how did you see him as an individual? If we were to separate him from his music, which I know is kind of impossible, but if you were to separate him from his music, what kind of a person was he?
One thing that you'd learn from Oliver Mtukudzi was that you go to Pakaripai at any given moment in time, he would treat you like you are the superstar.
Okay.
I remember a particular incident where I was walking and I had been practicing in Pakaripai on an ordinary afternoon. I was walking and then I met him and then I told him, quote the words that I'm saying. Ndakavati, Mdara kana ndikakura ndinoda kuzoita superstar same. You know, his response was very simple. He said, you're already a superstar.
Oh.
So he was that person who would push you and drive you to the place that you want to go to. At the same time, like Mbeu has been mentioning, he would also instill that discipline, that fatherly, you know, figure and role. Because most of youngsters in Zimbabwe, music is not an acceptable career in their families. So he would give that support. When you go there and he gives you support and you have someone to look up to. So that's how I remember him.
All right. You're watching Inside Out, and today on the program we are celebrating the life of a legend. Dr. Oliver Mtukudzi was born on the 22nd of September. If you're joining us on our Facebook page, ZBC News Online, feel free to give us your views and comments regarding this program, regarding Dr. Tuku, your favorite songs for him. Just let us know so that you and I, all of us here rather, can interact. Now, Tambotanga, Mbeu sang for us. Can you just give us one of your favorite songs, maybe from Dr. Mtukudzi?
Okay. So, righty. Ndari we muzukuru we nyarara chiri mundari we ungati parira chiri mundari chiri mundari chiri mundari oya ho chiri mundari chiri mundari chiri mundari baba we nasiya usanga pachena nowana chidzimu chatora ndomva iwaro kutaura kwacho ndaigore kwangu nyamusi pamatemo angu maviri nemakano aya matatu kuzoti ngidiriya chikindirira umoranguriya chikindirira.
Wow, as if there's been a Tuku reincarnation. Sam, listening to him play and sing, what do you have to say about his future and probably the legacy of Dr. Mtukudzi living on?
Well, first of all, let me say, Dr. Mtukudzi has not been a musician, he would have been a comedian.
Oh.
I'm telling you. I used to say to him, Dara, I used to say to him, listen, Dara, you know what? You should have been part of the Mukadota family. Because Dara is just full of...
He was full of jokes.
The great sense of humor.
Okay.
Because I remember one day we went to... We were stopped at the roadblock. And then the coach didn't realize it was him because I was driving.
All right.
And then she can say, my ID. So then he said, don't you know me? Who are you? My name is Oliver Mtukudzi and the Black Spirits.
Yeah.
Okay.
And because they started like Black Spirits yapinda papi.
Yapinda papi.
Because those by deep angles. Oliver Mtukudzi and the Black Spirits.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just full of humor. You know? But then you see, besides the humor, he was a father figure, very full of disciplinary issues. That's why these two guys are still standing today. because they're disciplined.
All right. So what can you say were some of your highest moments managing Dr. Mtukudzi with the Black Spirits?
Just being with him and the rest of the band members and these guys, it was nice. But I cannot single out to say, look, this was the highlight of my career. The highlight of my career with him was just being with him, being able to talk to him, being able to call him anytime that I wanted to. The superstar guy.
Yeah.
I would call
you had direct access.
Yeah. Direct access. No target, no
nothing, no roadblock.
No roadblock. I would pick up the call and say, Mdara, stand on my coffee. Give me 2 hours to talk about.
All right.
That kind of privilege, you know.
So you guys are like best friends?
Well, no, not best friends. I mean, best friend. I'm Dara. I got a Dallas. I was young. I was young man.
So I'm going connect on in your music, you know.
But until we were a good relationship. I think at the kind of relationship that I wish for every artist and manager to have. You know, we're friends. I could drive from here to Bible and and he tell me his stories, and then I'll tell him my stories. My stories were sugar coated. And then he said to me, Sim, it doesn't make sense to me. And then we'd fight about what music to play in Momotkari. Because this system that sometimes I'll be like, please. Especially after I finished recording an album, I would listen to the album, play the music in the car, and make corrections from there.
Really?
Yeah. So in that time, I'm Bobozi, didn't my drums about album. Come on, I know where the song is coming from. I know where it's going. Then jazz would listen to a lot of Yuma Sekela, his friend. Or music from Zambia. He loves music from Zambia. Listen to that Amayenge, you know, but we'll be talking from and to change band my band members are not like you pick on Munyavia or pick on Piroro or any of the girls and say, guys, go last night. Ngokata said, why were you dancing so much? You know the story. Why were you, especially Munyavia, not Munyavia, was too close to too much. Why were you that said too much? You know, there were people like Piki Kasamba.
Yeah.
Piki stayed at Tuku for too long that he started looking like Tuku's brother.
Oh.
You know, got some bent.
All right. No garisa so say you end up just looking alike.
Indicator like the complexion plus Chimanyika.
Docha izoita ukuthi vanhu vaite
plus height kana not madichi. So personally that no ndokumanyika plus then kachika muzomanyika kati tineka chirungurungu.
Amunoda chirungu zvekuti.
Yeah, so I speak a lot of English. Then ndara siendi taure nini. So there's a lot of humor going on. And then also say all these things, or come at night and say, Kuvari se kukumboko. Don't want to have a as well. You know, teasing me, you knew I stayed alone. You say, that's my square. Say, don't want to ask it out. So there's something that I had. If you'd not been a musician, you'd been a comedian.
Oh.
I'm going to join a Safiro Mazzigatiro. I'm going to the family. That's where it belongs to.
Oh. Interesting moments we're hearing from Sam. He managed Dr. Mtukudzi for a very long time. And what was a relationship here? It turns out these guys were really close. Vaifamba they say vachidid some music, vachitama jokes. I just want to hear from you guys. Is it the same? Especially because you were mentored by Dr. Mtukudzi with your management. Mune ukama wakaita say, and again, when you're traveling, do you listen to your own songs? How is it like with your management, and do you relate to what he was saying?
Yes, I really relate to that. I bet even Sarungano can agree with that. Sometimes those who not even Basarajuri family, you need to have that relationship. It's very important. And in terms of kanatishitama tours, kanatishifamba travel, yeah, we listen to music yedu ndopatotomboyeteererawo ipapo sometimes because dzimweni dzenguva pamwe pacho mune macommitments nechiini zvinhu zvakawanda but I would say my relationships especially nevanhu vatosenza now the band the management everything has to be family. That's where it starts. It even becomes easier for you guys to work because mune a relationship.
Sarungam.
Zvavataura, I want to give you an incident.
Okay.
Tuku would always say Ziripa stage Zaridza is finished playing and then Momo Omberera and Ogombera kana nemiyo Ogombera, you know, he would do that, you remember. So music for it not, you don't have to, you have to take it seriously without taking it seriously.
Okay.
It's a because you have to be happy when you go out there. There are emotions that you have to give to people. People want to be happy. You are an artist, you have your burdens, but when you go out there. So for us to constantly be happy, you have to be happy with the people you are working with first. So yes, like they have both alluded to, that relationship was there. Even when he would come to Pakari Pai, amongst us guys, he would act our age. Boys, did it say? He would not be like, no, he was not that kind of person. If he's with the guys, he's with the guys. Did it say? You know, that kind of thing.
All right. So you mentioned, you know, leaving your burdens at home, especially because you're an artist, you're an entertainer. How is that experience? Can you share it with us? So vakumba, utorine stress, you've got a lot of things on your mind, and this is a show. We're looking to you to actually relieve us of our stress. How do you handle that?
It's I think the music also pulls you through because there are certain songs that you associate with certain emotions. For example, on Tuku's discography, if I'm playing the song that Mil played, for me it's emotional because I start I start feeling Tuku,
it's gone.
You know. So for me it becomes, so the songs help you pull through that. So songs can also help you manage your emotions. That's why artists play certain songs when they go out there. It's to manage the emotions that I've had a fight at home, but you know what, I want to be happy.
All right. In terms of managing emotions, say, let's say you as Tuku's manager, stress, we are open stress. How would you handle that? Could you say
what it was? Well, Tukanga Munumkuru, he picked up a lot of experience along the way. It was very mature. So one thing that I found him very, very interesting was like we were playing with HICC. I mean, first of all, you hear the promoter would tell you, my tickets are sold out.
Okay.
So the venue is going to be packed. So to could meet go backstage, you'll be sitting talking show. I'm somebody mopina auditorium could make a mirror say, you know, to Makazara, that will be very calm, very, very calm. He's not excited, he's not what, he's just very plain. After the years, company provider and problem. Build on guys who speaking, you know. And I know must stress again, and must stress, you know, it's human. I must stress again. But it's very calm. And then promoter to change the stage, get to church, Mumira, but he speak it up. And then turn up a stage, that will not be moved. But that's Makazara of not even for a second. You start playing the slowest song, very slow song. That one day, I remember one day, HICC, we started playing, you started this set very, very slow. Beme atakwira mukaranga akamuka. I mean, this song is slow, you know. Aitambiki.
Apa vanhu vakazara vari kuda.
And it's a sad song. Apa vanhu vakabata makene, vamwe vatopika kudhara muaudience. Vamwe vatokumberi kweshow. Vamirira mutserendende. Arudza me. Yeah. You know, that will not be moved. You build up the show until I start telling me, but Maku speaker. He was just like that. He was in control of himself per stage. That is one thing I liked about him, because other artists that I've seen, I don't show you Zara Chete, and I just go per stage, adding more to put audience.
Unongochedza kusumudza kama fans. Bill. Well, we are the issue that we're talking about. Yeah.
Yes, you know, I've seen it a couple of times. That I've had the opportunity to open my shows even when they would do HICC. He was Muna control every situation. You know, it's very difficult for us as artists. Stresses then you get on stage, you have to smile all the way. You know, so it's one of the biggest lessons that we've learned from these guys, because one they managed to control every situation. Whether you stadium or sometimes maybe on Sundays, nobody knows what 5. He would play as if he's playing for a stadium.
Okay.
Yeah, there was no difference. He was amazing.
All right.
The one situation that I want to explain. The one situation where I found the going tough that even I was afraid with Panapaga, I meant to probably say Naspanapa, was just soon after his son passed away. Our first show was in Johannesburg, Blues Room.
Okay.
And I tell you, I had to call a record company and say, listen, I need all the support I can get from you guys. I called all my friends, please wait. We need the moral support. Because Mdara was very low. So soon after burying his Sam, so go backstage. I remember I was with my friend Andrew Nongogo. That Andrew Chama, please, in the window stage, so Mdara, make sure that it does not break down, because there's too many media people mu venue.
Yeah.
If it cracks up, we can go teza kuimba naspana baka. Just got my newspaper Zazara Kudichi, Mdara gonna kuimba Buznya Yemana. Because already there was that speculation that is going to be able to perform after burying Sam. And then we learn a list of a whole lot of shows overseas lined up, and people are questioning my promise of quality. So that show was a make or break.
And how did it go?
So we discussed in Mdara could look, we are not here to change up, but we were here to perform, celebrating the 22 years that we were given Nasem. That is our driving point.
Okay.
No bullet that we're firing. We're here to celebrate the 22 years that God gave us Nasem. Because others are one of our, and that very same time they just lost the Msukuro Angangashayo, and that child was very young.
Yeah.
And then here we were with Sam 22 years. Nasem. So the chance to be none is composed Ngari. So we're there to celebrate Sam's life. So that's what I held us through. So when it was introduced by stage, it was a bit tense. People didn't know whether to clap or what. So he came through. So I said to him, listen, Amumiri, because Mukamira Pata problem. Garepa chair. And you start your show slowly. And then when I tell you to, you talk and explain with you. We are here to celebrate you, but you need to acknowledge with you. You've just lost your son. You cannot pretend like nothing happened. Nothing happened. So he said after a few minutes, after a few songs, and then I said to him, Bo, Chitaure. Then started telling me to look. I lost my son 2 weeks ago, but I'm not here to cry. I'm here to celebrate the 20 years that God gave me to with my son. The huge applause. That sort of like also lifted him up.
All right.
They were able to play, but it was one of the most difficult moments.
It was one of the most difficult moments.
Very difficult.
So does this mean that when you're managing an artist, you manage the artist, Dr. Mtukudzi, the musician, the performer, and you also manage him as an individual, away from his music, away from what he does, his personal life, so that when the two merge, the artist can then flourish?
It's the same person, the artist. The one thing I understood was, yes, Tuku, the artist, but yes, Tuku, father to his children, husband to Daisy. So I had to deal with that situation. So kuna Daisy, it was like Ndame Wango. So I have to do none. Now we say very to A.
Okay.
So, and then also because there's something very personal between me and Mdara. I didn't look at him with the artist. I was there 24/7. If you called and said, look, pane zvaiteka kumboko, you know, motoramba kumuka, please, can you call the company where there's something. It wasn't just past stage, it was Kubatsirana. When my mother passed away, you know, they drove back from Tari to be with me. This was outside Kubatsara. They both came, Baba and Mai, Kwakwam Tari, to help me bury my mother.
Yeah.
And to give me emotional support.
So you guys, you were a family?
We're a family.
All right. Mbeo, today is all about Dr. Mtukudzi. I know Wamboyimba, Sarungana Wamboyimba. Can you just give us one more song, his song, or your song that reminds you of him? So whichever you want.
Okay.
Jawapinda vazita kudai, Jawapinda musita kudai, sisiwa, kusibata, kurerega, nekusichura, kusibata, kurerega, nekusichura, tururu. Taiganya irase monde sisiwa tururu nanaore durai mare kuimba luja tururu usazono shamarara waveiko koiwe.
You guys, Mambondi Seka when I tried to be a BV, so I really wanted to sing along, but then I was just thinking of you. I was like, no, Yvonne, don't embarrass yourself. I'm not that bad.
You're not that bad.
No, I'm not. Eh? Anyway, I just want to ask something. Looking at you guys, both of you, your genre, it identifies mostly it's a mature sound, it's a mature beat, and one would wonder why would you choose that? Why not something else? So why were you inclined to this kind of music at such a young age?
Because there's a certain authenticity to it. It's the music is realistic.
Okay.
Take a song like Twazeza Baba, for example. These are social issues.
Okay.
You know a father from wherever you stay. You obviously know a father who does not get along with the family because he's a drunkard.
Okay.
And he goes home every night. He does things that are not suitable for a father to be doing. So these are songs that you leave. It's different from the other, types of genres where, we want to be happy, but someone has to address actual issues.
All right.
So we took this music based on it being something that actually addresses the issues that we live in and the people that we live with.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bill.
Yes, I would say Mdara, when I first met Mdara, because I'm someone who loved R&B music, probably raga or mangoma, but he said something to me. He said, don't play music for the sake of farira.
Okay.
Be original. So at the end of the day, Afrofusion, the fusion part for me, Nini, my side, Afrofusion, it's a mixture of my genres. Like I sing reggae, then to remember traditional. There's a little bit of rumba. I've got no boundary.
Okay.
But zvakabatwa ndichisa mazwi yangu echishona rurimi rwangu rwekwamai uyezve ndichiridza negitari pamwe chete. So basically I'm trying to be as original as I can, but at the same time appreciating other genres at the same time.
All right. Talking about originality, Sarungano, you've been performing with the Black Spirits for quite a while since the passing of Tuku, and you say you're doing this because you want to keep his legacy alive. And some people have asked, is it you keeping Tuku's music alive, who needs who? Do the Black Spirits need you, or do you need them?
Do I need them?
Yeah.
It's a mutual relationship. It's a mutual relationship. I would say, for example, I want to give you an example of Oliver Mtukudzi. Oliver Mtukudzi is a legend who managed to pass on his knowledge to others. Okay. So if I was not there, there would have not been someone to pass the knowledge to. So we perpetuate that. When I get older and when I grow up, you know, by the grace of God, I can then pass on to someone else. So it's like a torch. So for me, the Black Spirits and myself was a mutual relationship. We were playing those songs that we thought will represent him well.
Okay.
And at the same time, I was furthering a career of my own, with my own songs and my own band. Yeah. So
and how has that been for you as an artist?
It has been a wonderful journey. It has been a wonderful journey, and like you've said, there are people who misconstrue certain aspects of my career. Like, can he sing something else? And you know, the biggest mistake on social media is that people are quick to have emotions without actually having done any research at all. Social media has taught us that go angry in
we
there
just
already.
come and we attack.
Be angry, just go in there and be angry. You know, so I've been, I think, 2 albums and a couple of singles that are actually doing well.
All right.
Some of them are on radio. We have a video that we released in which I was appreciating where I'm coming from. But I also cannot leave playing Oliver's songs because it's a part of who I am in that process.
Okay. So can you give us one of your songs so that we just get an appreciation of who you are as an artist?
Okay.
Yeah.
So the recent song that there's a song yatakanyorera vanhu vane nhafu kukara chaiko taiti isusu mafuta akawanda anorova moyo, mafuta akawanda anorova moyo, anorova moyo, anorova moyo. Ungwaru hunodiwa pamusha wekuziva chiyero chekupakura, kukambura nenhafu zvinoparira mwana. Mafuta akawanda anorova moyo, mafuta akawanda anorova moyo. So that's
okay. I'll remember your song when I get home today and I fill my plate with food. I'll just remember you singing and I'll take it easy.
Vanhu vaishandisa kurwa kumaraini kuti angoona mafuta achiwanzwa mukitchen.
Especially now. All right. Coming to you, Sam. Tambotaura nyaya ze management and all that. What advice would you give to these two here? Because, you know, managerial issues are thorny issues with these artists, you know, jazodai. So, mungava pamashoke kuti chi, ekuti zvinhu zvavo zvinyatsofamba zvakanaka.
Chekutanga ndechotizvo, they need to understand kuti the path that the career that they've chosen to be musicians is not an easy road.
Yeah.
And I always like to say, they must read about the history of other artists where they have been there before them, a biography of artists.
All right.
And understand what they've gone through. I remember talking to one of our very big artists here and I said to him, listen, I know you're doing very well, but you know what? Go to Westgate. Unutara na babana mai manata, baba zix manata. It will tell you kwakava kunoshuka pakagarapa. Unzoti makamira simu munzira muri fambamo.
Yeah.
Because it's not just Mtara Tuku. The Zexi Manasa first before all of these guys. The Mtara Zexi was the one who really opened the doors for Mtara Thomas, Mtara Tuku, and a lot of other musicians. And unfortunately, we lost Mtara Manasa before we could say thank you to him. But then we take this chance to say thank you, Baba Zexi Manasa, for opening the doors for all of us. But they're gone. I think I would have said, go and talk to the older musicians and find out which say, because you're not going to reinvent the wheel.
No.
You know, so for them, I would say they must go out there and speak to the other musicians. Some of them, they might not have been successful, but where they went wrong, so you also avoid certain pitfalls along the way.
All right.
Because personally, you take one wrong turn and you carry over it. Yeah.
I realize we've been talking so much about you and managing Dr. Mtukudzi, but I just want to find out, is this the journey that you have always wanted to take when you were much younger? Is this what you wanted to do, or is this something that just came along the way?
No.
What happened?
When I was growing up,
The drum.
drum. That's what I wanted to do. That's why mama gazara drum. Kubande mwana mdiki. Ndenda kwa ndagara kwa mtari kusakupa nyudangare. Ndenda mama weekends Saturday. Pamsepe chikwere choku. That is my tin box.
Okay.
Chitano is. But then that was my love. The management only came when Dr. Mtukudzi asked me to work with him as a manager.
All right.
So for me, it was the drum set first, and then everything else followed. Yeah.
Okay.
But then when I got in, I realized this is a nice career. So I do workshops as much as I can.
Yes.
To try and to also help people with the management. But I was very lucky. I was managing someone that I loved, whose music I loved. I wasn't just the manager. I was also a manager and drummer.
Okay.
So I understood everything, from being Baba stage, going off the stage, Kwenda Kumba, you know, everything. I was there. It was not like no, I was there playing on the stage with the artists. So when I been running it out, we were all tired, man up. And then say, sure, pera.
A passing.
So the pera chinde kumba. Because one of them told you is Mrs. We overplay his artists. Mouse the Dagarabis. Please. No, please, wait. Kubora, we're going to go ground. There'll be 40,000 people. 40,000 people. This could be 220 nanas. 40,000 people end up Kubora. And there's 22 people on the ground. But stage maybe 26, sometimes 34.
Yes, 26 or 7.
6-7 people. But stage. No. 22 hours. 90 minutes zikwana. Ref. Rapera. 40,000 people will stand up and leave the stadium. Wenda kumba. Apana na chance tipe extra 30 minutes
Pezena 6.
Bora tipe zimetoa
ajite.
Not kumba. But ku bend tinzeri dzai kusukira na 6 a.m. It's very unfair.
Don't you like his wine music?
Yeah, because I remember you ndakambo kona. I remember.
Imagine tukuzikana.
That's what tukuzira kubo.
Kobe.
Dimas kana my penga ku HSCC. Shoya pera. Mutaka makeni pa stage.
Okay, I cannot deny or agree to what you're saying, but let me just move to Mbeu because it is I don't know what to teach
makeni pa stage show pere, but please, you know, these guys vanafana kumba kumba tamekanaka. And also we avoid a lot of accidents.
Yeah.
When the shows akaperochi tamekanaka. So the mbawa it's not fair.
It's not fair.
And people always say that I did not transport to Kumba. What about us as musicians? So we need. I'm going to advocate for time to be cut short for musicians to go to the stage. So that's the benefit was 8 and 2 6 a.m. That time that situation must go.
Okay, fine, but maybe tikanga nisre lisusu ano la shoma guitar. Anyway, No, it wasn't me. Sarungano atiudza his journey now and how he's working with the black spirit sometimes and zvari kuita kuedza kusimudzira kuti zita raMtukudzi risafe. Iwewe say one of the people vakamentor Dr. Mtukudzi, what are you doing kungotiwo zita ravo risafe nekuti vanhu varamba vachingovarangarira?
Yeah, I would say presence yangu kutonzi panambe izvozvizvi. You know, it's Mdara. You know, Mdara made me from scratch. I would give him full credit, and if it wasn't for him, I would not be here. Because you know, like I said, it was a blessing for me to have an opportunity to learn to be the artist that I am today through him. And that's why even my shows sometimes I play the music ya Mdara. But at the same time inini kupusha kwanduta kile yangu and with the things that I'm promising my fans, especially kwa know. I think
to promise a surprise.
Wonder to my surprise to people. But I'll continue carrying his legacy, and I bet even Sarungano would agree with me on that. Pakarepa is not just me and him.
Yeah.
There are a lot of artists there. So you know, it's a legacy that needs to continue going, and we'll continue taking it forward.
All right. So did any of you ever have a collaboration with Dr. Mtukudzi?
Yes, I have a collaboration with Dr. Oliver Mtukudzi.
Which song?
It was My Better Half.
My Better Half.
Yeah, it was released after he passed on.
All right.
We were supposed to release it before he passed on, but then yeah.
All right. Pane vari kukumbira kuti hanzi munokwanisa kumbotiridzira futi. Can we have a duet from you guys?
No.
Please?
No.
Just something sweet, something nice?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, masongo achakawanda kutengera ngubata.
Usumbuka tamba.
Amango maburgisa kuimba kwangu sakachana. You guys are great. Can I just have one more for the road dish? Ndakuto enjoy. Ndakuto kama yake kama gitare katon bata.
Kekubend.
Kekubend. Kane naro. Just one more. Ya unotanga iwe.
Adzitanga iwewe.
Ngamamboita muchichinjana.
Musadaro. All right.
Out of 10, rate my singing. Tukuchaga was sports, guys. Tukuchaga was sports.
Since it's almost coming to the end of this program, I would say 8.
8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
I'm good.
I'll give you a 10.
Oh, thank you. Sarungano.
Even I'm not good with numbers.
Don't be diplomatic. Don't be diplomatic.
No, I think a solid 8 is good.
Okay, fine. A solid 8 is good enough. So I'm considering changing my career from presenting to singing. So if you miss me on Inside Out, it was the active when I end up my guitar.
You know, out of all the songs that Dr. Mtukudzi recorded, the day that he passed away, I'm such a way when we got the message from Darashai, I found myself playing one song, Yao Yaga Yoga Rekodeo, in which I played drums on it, Nonzima Basa. You know? It was a very sad song. Then I wrote an email to Selma, the Chimtsara Muzoroji. Song Now it was now in real time to me yeah, it was like some of the songs now that he wrote to comfort others.
Can we have that, David?
Now we're now playing that song to comfort ourselves on him.
Mabasa pano tumira ibere kuvakuru kuno kwaita mabasa ndozviudza niko kwakupudzika vakuru kwaita mabasa aiwaiwaiwa misodzi yapera pana chachema zvakurwadzira mumwoyo chinyararire iko kubata maoko akuchinda chiremerera kwafumuka uko zvichabatsireiko auzi uchenjeri kuzara takararamba vameni kana kuri kungwaraisi tichaudza.
Indeed, the things you do for yourself are gone when you're gone, but the things you do for others remain as a legacy. This is Dr. Oliver Mtukudzi's legacy here with us in the studio today as we commemorate his birthday. Thank you for having joined us on Inside Out. From myself, Yvonne Mukondani, Mbeu Sarungano, and Mr. Mataure, the late Dr. Oliver Mtukudzi's manager, it has been a pleasure. Until we meet again, hopefully next week, pleasant viewing.